New Splatoon 3 story details may have been discovered. I will be going through them in this video, but if you are new to the channel, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of my Splatoon 3 content. I do cover news, rumours and leaks, so if you are looking forward to the game coming out next year in 2022, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button to keep up with all of the information we do get about the game. So yeah, this was discovered on Twitter by user Kit Me Not, and they noticed that the rocket in the trailer, the latest trailer Return of the Mammalians, they noticed that the rocket in that trailer does look very similar to one found in the Splatoon 2 art book. The art book does say that rockets were used as weapons in a war before people did become extinct. But Twitter user Mr. Switch, also known as Joe Cool Wii U, they did point out that Nintendo did describe the comic strip and its description as being fiction, but maybe Nintendo could revisit that sort of idea within the Splatoon 3 story mode. We have seen them revisit concepts within art books already in Splatoon 3. We do have Octoling hairstyles that were featured in the Octo expansion art book. They are now in Splatoon 3. They will allow us to select those hairstyles, which is definitely a fan favourite request, a fan favourite sort of feature. A lot of people are pleased about that. So Nintendo have form for going back and including concepts in the art books in Splatoon 3. So maybe this could become canon. Maybe the rocket that can be seen at the very end of the latest trailer, maybe that was supposed to be used in that war, but it was unused. Maybe this could have been undiscovered for all of this time, and now someone in Splatoon 3, the villain of Splatoon 3, who I think is Mr. Grizz, will be using this rocket in Splatoon 3, and this rocket will play a big role within the story mode for Splatoon 3. That's just my thoughts. I really do feel like this will be a big part of the story mode, how they did show it off at the very end of the trailer. I feel like that was a teaser that, yeah, this rocket is going to be key to the story mode. Maybe the rocket did fall into the wrong hands and the Squidbeak Splatoon has to stop whoever is the villain for Splatoon 3 from using it, who I think is Mr. Grizz. We did see a rocket within Ruins of Arc Polaris with a bear sign there as well. But yeah, I know other people have other theories about that rocket as well, and I did make a separate video talking about some other theories that I did delete because I didn't necessarily believe those theories that I did talk about. So I thought, why would I post it if I didn't really believe it myself? So you know what I thought I would do is include it as a bonus at the end of this video. So you are pretty much getting two videos in one. And yeah, I just thought, because I am talking about the rockets in this video, I may as well include some other rocket theories as well. So yeah, I did initially delete this section of the video. It was going to be its own separate video that I did delete because I didn't really believe the theory that I did talk about. But before I do go into the next section of the video, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Would you be a fan if this did turn out to be canon within Splatoon 3 story mode? I really do like this and I hope it will be in the Splatoon 3 story mode. But now I will transition into the video that I did delete about a couple of weeks ago now. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy the rest of the video, and yeah, we'll see you in another video soon. Actually, we'll see you in a couple of minutes time or a couple of moments time in that deleted video. So yeah, I might repeat some stuff about Mr. Grizz, but yeah, hopefully you will enjoy this section anyway. So yeah, let's just go into that deleted section. The latest Splatoon 3 trailer gave us our first proper look at the story mode within the game, and it has caused a lot of people to speculate on what the Return of the Mammalians sort of theme they are going with, what it will mean for us when we are playing the game, what it will mean for the lore for this series as well. I have seen quite a lot of interesting theories pop up since that trailer did drop in the latest Nintendo Direct, but not one as out there and interesting as this one. I'm not really sure whether I believe it fully, but I really want to talk about it in this video. So it does come in from Cartridge Games and Tonic 139 on Twitter. One of the most interesting scenes from the latest trailer, Nintendo did release this as a screenshot as well, but one of the most interesting scenes for me was where we saw the rocket in the background, we saw snow on the floor, as well as Agent 3, I do believe, lying down on the floor as well. It was one of the last scenes we did see in that trailer, so it definitely does stick in your mind. And yeah, this is the basis for Tonic 139's theory, which is shared by Cartridge Games on Twitter. They are saying that the rocket ship is there because we will be going in space in Splatoon 3 story mode. At the end of the story mode, we will go into that rocket and go into space. Now that would be really, really amazing if that did happen. It would definitely be a big sort of jump for the series if we did go into space. That would be amazing if that did happen, but I really can't see it. I just think the rocket ship is there just for show. But what Tonic 139 is saying is that the rocket ship is shaped like a carrot, and the mammalians are moon rabbits. We will go into space, go to the moon, we will meet the moon rabbits, and yeah, they are the mammalians. Now I feel like the rocket ship shaped like a carrot, that is like a bit of a stretch in my opinion. They then rightly mentioned that rabbits were going to be the heroes for the Splatoon series. Nintendo went from white tofu blocks originally to test out the mechanics for the series. They then moved on to rabbits, but then they thought, you know what, rabbits shooting ink doesn't make sense. Let's use sort of kids that can turn into squids, squids shooting ink, and then octopuses later on, octopi. That does make more sense than rabbits shooting ink, which is why we didn't see rabbits in the final version for Splatoon. I do believe even Yoshi was sort of mentioned or was thought about for like Splatoon. I did talk about this a couple of years ago when Nintendo did turn up at GDC 2019, I do believe. We did get to see this sort of thing in action. It was really interesting. I did cover this in a separate video, so yeah, it would be really interesting if rabbits did come back, because they do have a history for the series. What might back up this theory is that moon rabbits are part of Japanese folklore, where pretty much rabbits do cook up rice cakes and other food on the moon. And also next year, I do believe, is the year of the rabbit, so yeah, it could be next year Nintendo, they might want to sort of pay tribute to the year of the rabbit by including moon rabbits, which is part of Japanese folklore. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo did do that, but I kind of feel like moon rabbits would be a big departure for this series, which is based on sea life. It is based on sea creatures mainly, so yeah, I would find it really surprising if they did go down this route. But I kind of feel like if the story mode, if the mammalians do return, then maybe rabbits might be part of that, but might not be the like sort of main sort of like villain or the main sort of mammalian sort of creature. I kind of feel like the mammalians will still be sea life sort of based, but who knows, maybe all mammals will come back as mammalians, and that would be interesting if we did get moon rabbits as part of that. So yeah, definitely is an interesting theory, but I am just sticking to what I have talked about before on the channel. I really do feel like Grizzco and Mr. Grizz will play a big role within the story mode. I talked about how at the end of the Splatoon 3 trailer, we heard the Grizzco theme tune, we heard a soundbite from Mr. Grizz, I do believe, of him laughing. It definitely is familiar to Salmon Run players. It is the Grizzco sort of theme tune within the Salmon Run game mode. I really do feel like Mr. Grizz is the villain for the story mode, where he is behind the return of the Mammalians because he is a bear. I think we will find out his identity. He is a bear. That is why he wants the Mammalians to return. He wants mammals to return because he is a bear himself. He wants to wipe out the salmon race because they can eat that fuzzy ooze-like ink that we saw within the trailer. That is why in Splatoon 2's Salmon Run game mode, we had to destroy the salmons because they were meddling with Mr. Grizz's plan to bring back mammals to the Splatoon world, and we collected golden eggs for him to sort of help out within his operation to bring back the mammals and to bring in the Mammalians. And I really do feel like the spaceship we saw at the end of the trailer, the return of the Mammalians trailer, I feel like that might belong to Mr. Grizz because in the last Salmon Run stage that was added to Splatoon 2, the ruins of Ark Polaris, we do see ruins of a spaceship on there. I feel like that does belong to Mr. Grizz because we do see a sign saying beware of bears in the area. I really do feel like that is what will happen within Splatoon 3's hero mode, and we will find out within the story that in Splatoon 2's Salmon Run game mode, we were pretty much being used as his workers. We were being exploited, we were being duped to collect golden eggs to power up his operation, stop the salmons from meddling with his plans to bring back the Mammalians. So I really don't feel like the theory I talked about from Cartridge Games and Tonic 139 is that viable, but who knows, maybe it could be wrong. I thought Mr. Grizz would be a big part of the Octo Expansion DLC, and that didn't happen. It was someone completely different, so maybe that will happen with Splatoon 3 story mode. So yeah, maybe the fact that moon rabbits, they are part of the sort of Japanese folklore, maybe that is a big reason to believe this theory. Maybe that is what Nintendo will be doing within the story mode. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this theory because it was completely out there. I've seen no one else sort of bring this up, and yeah, I just found it interesting nonetheless, but I don't necessarily believe it myself. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And to be fair to Cartridge Games and to Tonic 139, they did bring up Mr. Grizz being a big part for the story mode as well. So yeah, maybe sort of both theories could sort of intertwine into the story mode. Maybe that could happen. But yeah, that is pretty much it with this video, and I will see you in another video soon, hopefully.